were down there trying to get into a farm. I think we didn't know where we were.
We're nearly in someone's back garden.
I had to put you. No, I did eventually, and it brought me up here. I was like, right. Hello. So we have come down to the amazing Whiteley's farm today, and Vicky, the wonderful Vicky, is going to show us all of the Yorkshire Forced Rhubarb that's going on the farm.
Starting here. So with rhubarb, particularly if you're forcing it, you actually need to do it when it's dormant, so it needs to be not growing. Now if you look over there, you can see that it's already growing. So we can't really force that because it's not really asleep. So the whole point is that we're actually tricking it into growing sooner than what it needs to grow by waking it up after it's asleep, and then it's looking for the light. So forced rhubarb is obviously a different colour on the top. So if it's in summer, and like this out here, we call this green top.
Right.
And then we actually grow ours in the tunnels rather than sheds. And obviously if it's grown in the dark, it's then forced because it's up and the roots are out of the ground. And then it's looking for the light and it's searching for the light, and with the warmth that's in there, then it actually comes up earlier than what it would do. Because this is our rhubarb planter.
Oh wow.
Obviously it's held together with some nice scaffolding, a bit of leather around the bottom of it just to keep it there. Please don't get in between my legs, I will object to that one. So basically we sit on here with a tray out in front of us, and then the rhubarb sets are in trays. So rhubarb we call different things depending on where it is. So those over there are rhubarb crowns, because it's in the ground and growing in the ground. When we lift them, they're no longer crowns, and we call them rhubarb roots then. So, because obviously you can see all the roots and stuff like that. When we chop them up to plant them, they're then called, do we know what the other thing is? Seeing as you've been reading, Gianna?
No, I'm under pressure now, no.
So they're called a set. So when it's chopped up and ready to go in the ground to propagate, so we don't propagate it in any other way other than chopping it up. It's one of these ones we don't really grow from seed, although we have got a few varieties that are like cross ones and different new varieties. But we use a propagation method of a set. So when it's in the ground?
Crown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we lift the crown out of the ground, and then it becomes...
I forgot that one.
Crown something set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what can you see when you lift something out of the ground?
One's head.
What's underneath the plant?
The root.
That's it.
It's not enough coffee this morning. Good time. Goldfish memory.
So yeah.
Crown
So
root
when we lift the roots out, then that's when we either use them for forcing or we use them to propagate. So this goes on the back of the tractor. We go really slowly, and then I'm just going to show you some sets over here. So we've got several different varieties of plants. A lot of people just use Harbinger now, but we still grow simply early. We grow Harbinger, and we also grow Stockbridge Arrow. So it's Stockbridge Harbinger, Stockbridge Arrow, and Timperley Early. So they're all named after the areas where they were bred. Well, not all of them, because you've got Victoria and Albert, and they were named for celebrating Queen Victoria's marriage to Albert.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and we've actually forced Vic before, and I don't know whether Queen Victoria had freckles, but the Vic rhubarb definitely does have freckles when it's forced. So here you go. This is a set. So as you can see, you've got what's going to develop into your crown once it's in the ground here.
Oh yeah.
So this is now no longer a set. What is it?
A crown?
Yeah.
Say it with conviction.
Yeah. So as we're planting them, they're on the back of the planter and they can be in higgledy-piggledy like this. So as you're grabbing it out, you've got to try and make sure that you get it the right way around, because you don't want to be planting it upside down. So you always need to make sure that you can at least see. Well, you don't even need to see the bit of bud, but you can see sort of the papery bit there on the top, which indicates that that's the top, because you don't want to do them upside down. And we get, as you can see, we get as much of this down into the ground as possible, so that there is literally only the top buds sticking up. And as you can see here, you can see this. We'll show this now rather than in here. So when they say that you can hear rhubarb growing, it is actually true, but as a farmer of forced rhubarb, I've never heard it, because you never have enough time to be able to sit down in the tunnel for 20 minutes to listen to them. But what happens is that this cracks open. So I'm pretty sure that Ridley Scott must have been in some rhubarb sheds before he did Alien, because it looks quite like Aliens, and they do actually go when they pop open, and so I reckon it's... So we use ours in tunnel, we force ours in tunnels, because we did have rhubarb sheds all over here. However, over the years they became a bit more dilapidated, because in the 70s the popularity disappeared, 60s and 70s, late 60s, 70s, popularity disappeared for rhubarb, because people had been eating rhubarb all the way through the war and stuff like that, and didn't really want to...
I got a bit fed up with it.
Yeah. So therefore, it actually shrunk in size, the rhubarb production. And originally there was about 30 square miles of rhubarb in the triangle.
Yeah. It's 9 square miles now. That's what I've read this morning.
It's what?
9 square miles now, isn't it?
Don't think it's as much as that.
Really?
No. Square mile wise, I think it's about 1, 2
Oh, really?
as a square mile. Yeah. Where did you get that one from?
Google.
Not always right as Google.
No.
So when did it
I think it depends on the years that you look at it. It did have a bit more of a resurgence, but like the main growers, well, there's not many of us growers left anyway. I think there were about 9 or 10 that they officially got, but we weren't even included in that one, and we've been doing it here for since the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Well, my father-in-law were here in the 60s, but originally this were 7 small holdings.
So is it sort of like family business being passed down through the family?
Yeah. So we don't actually do this exclusively, because you can't actually make money from a small holding anymore.
Yeah.
As I say, it used to sustain 7 families. We can't actually do one anymore. So we have a landscaping and tree surgery business as well.
Oh, right.
So we use that to support this. So we did do the whole market garden. It wasn't just rhubarb. So we've done brassicas, kale, cabbages, cauliflowers, sprouts, the whole shebang. And we had the farm shop open as well, 24/7. Not 24/7, but 52 weeks of the year. 50 weeks of the year. We've had 2 weeks off at Christmas. But it's just not sustainable.
Yeah.
You can't make enough money off of it.
So
it's
what
really
is the
difficult to
season?
get staff.
January through end of February?
For forced rhubarb.
Yeah.
No, so you can start. It depends on the weather, because really you can't lift until you've had 10 units of cold on your root, and your roots have to be dormant.
Yeah.
So you guided by what the weather's done, and when you lift, and also you need to be able to get on your land to lift it. So it is determined by that as to when you can do. Some places now, some of the bigger ones, they would lift the roots and cold store them before they actually put them in the shed.
Yeah.
But obviously that increases all your costs. It's not as environmentally friendly, because you're using more fuels and stuff like that to do it. Whereas we still do it the old fashioned way while we wait for it to actually do. So here, these have been planted for, I think this is for the 3rd year now. So the size that they were over there, you can now see that your crown is actually that big now.
Oh yeah.
Just from being that size before. So this is Harbinger. So this is the one that we force on the 2nd lot. Normally we'd be in full force picking by now, won't we?
Second tunnel we'll be picking now.
Yeah.
So we only have a little small tunnel to start off.
Yeah, so we've got a tiny tunnel to start with.
And then it's a big tunnel. It should be whacking on that. It's just
yeah, it should be in, but it isn't.
Yeah.
It's short all over this year as well, I think, even in the ones that chuck a load of heat in there.
Yeah.
Bigger sheds and stuff like that. I don't think it's at the same capacity this year.
No.
It's also possibly to when we had the really dry summer when the roots were planted, because obviously in that first year they've not had as much moisture in the soil, so we keep ours in for 3 years before we pull them out to harvest them. So if you think what the summer were like 3 years ago,
plus this year as well, with it being so dry, they didn't.
Yeah, this year they've not put an extra growth on because last summer were really dry.
Yeah, we struggled with our sunflowers, didn't we?
Yeah.
They were so short compared to normal.
So when did it have a resurgence then? So you say it died off in the 70s a bit?
Yeah, so basically it did it once the telly chefs came along and started going on about forced rhubarb and stuff like that. So we've got Mr. Oliver and...
I'm going to say Jamie Oliver in there.
Yeah, Ramsey and what have you, they're the ones who sort of brought it back into the force. So I would say from 90s.
Yeah.
But obviously because it's such a long growing season, it's not like pumpkins where you stick them in spring and they're ready in autumn. This is a 4-year
patience
process before you actually get any money back from it. Because when you've got rhubarb that you're forcing, you can't actually use it for green top, so you don't harvest it at all in that period of time because you want your root to bulk up as much. So you're trying to get it from being a thin little skinny thing to Arnold Schwarzenegger in 3 or 4 years, so that it's bulked right up. Because then when we lift it, there's nothing else that goes on it other than it being watered in, and it relies on its energy that it's stored over its growing season. So, and then that's what then pushes it up, because basically all it's trying to do is reproduce so that it doesn't die, as they do. Nature's a wonderful thing. So as I said, we had sheds, but then the snow destroyed and what have you, and we decided that rather than building new sheds that were only in use for like 12 weeks of the year, that we'd do it another way. So this is the baby tunnel, because this is the get started, but the other ones are much bigger. So what we do is we bring our roots in.
I don't know why I feel like we have to be quiet. I might wake them up or something.
These ones are already awake.
Oh, they're all right, yeah.
So we've just picked out of here this morning.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. You can see. Oh, my goodness.
So you can see that there's... Oh, hang on. You might know how to see. Right, in here... Oh, don't flip on me. So as I say, we've already picked out of here this morning.
So how much have you managed to get out of here this morning?
We've got about 10 boxes. And that's it. And then some seconds as well. So you've got 2 different varieties here, if you can see.
Is it left and right?
Yeah. Well, you can tell the difference because look, if you look here, you can see that these leaves are actually a little bit more pinker
Yeah.
than yellow. So this one's Timperley early. So these ones we've actually been pulling longer. So you can see that as it goes along, the shafts actually get thinner and thinner the longer it's in, because it's using more of its energy up.
Yeah.
So here you can see why it's called a root, because you can see the roots. And then this one's Harbinger. So you can see it's a deeper red than that one. This Timperley's more pink, and Harbinger's a redder.
Does that affect the taste, or is it sweet?
They all taste. So it's like when you grow collies, and if you grow the orange ones and the purple ones, and so if you've got graffiti and what have you in there, and the green, if you put them all side by side on your plate and taste them, they all have subtle differences, like your Romanescos and what have you as well. So, but if you were just to eat it on its own, you just go, it's rhubarb. And it's like apples, you've got such a range in apples, but you just go an apple's an apple, don't you?
Yeah.
And not, whereas I go, God, I'm just waiting until Spartans come, because there's absolutely no point in eating any other apples other than a Spartan. Or maybe a Laxton Superb, I'd go with one of those as well, but not like the main ones that are grown as commercial store veg ones. I'm a russet as well, probably. And then I don't eat apples for the rest of the year, and it's same with asparagus.
Yeah.
I'll eat asparagus when it's in season, and then
absolutely,
I don't do any more asparagus,
compare,
because it's
does
just not worth it. So this was planted at the same time as the next tunnel that we're going to go in, and you'll see the difference between the two.
The colour's amazing, isn't it?
I'll see if I can get a picture of the whole tunnel. Oh wow.
So with the triangle as well, the reason why we grow rhubarb here is our land used to be the night soil tip.
Right.
So before they had toilets, they used to have a potty that was underneath your bed. And we have got lots of pottery in the soil there, because if they cracked the pot, which is what it used to be called, then that used to get thrown out onto the night soil tip as well. So hence we've got quite a lot of pottery in our soil. The other reason why Yorkshire was sort of the main growing area for rhubarb is because of the mills and what we used to use. Because how long does it take for us to grow a crown so that we can use it?
3-4 years.
Yeah. And so what we used to use was all the back end stuff from the sheep. It was all clarted up, which was called shoddy, and the shoddy would come from the mills over in Bradford or Leeds, and then it would come onto the farm, and then it would go over onto the soil, because shoddy would release its nutrients really slowly. Actually it does it and rotted down the wool over a 3-year period, which
Perfect.
as it happens, just the length of
Great
time that
timing,
you wanted it to go. So as you can see, this is more of our proper layout of tunnel space. So we're packing here as well, so it literally comes out from there, it's packed and then box up in here, and then it just goes directly out. It doesn't hang around anywhere or out like that. It's out and straight out the door. So this one was all put in at the same time as that tunnel over there. And in here we've got Harbinger, and there's a little bit of Arrow. So this is why we're desperate this year. Look at the difference there.
Oh yeah.
So I've got a rhubarb tour in 2 weeks' time.
That's
Yes, we
yeah,
saw
we've seen it. Yeah.
3 weeks' time, should I say, the 21st, 22nd. And
It's
I'm
Rhubarb
praying.
Festival weekend, isn't it?
I'm praying that we're actually going to have enough rhubarb to be able to give everybody. So you can see that there's actually a different variety, a rogue in there. And a rogue there, and a rogue there. And then you're on to the Harbinger. Sorry, this has got some fencing in as well. So yeah, but that's Timperley there. So can you see the difference?
Yeah.
So timply, timply, timply. What do you reckon that one is?
Oh wow.
So it was that tunnel that we picked this morning and this one.
Yeah.
And this one's... So can you see what colour the leaf is?
The leaves
there?
are very pink, yeah.
Yeah, so what was the very pinky
Which one
one
was that
called?
one? Did it begin with a H? That
It
one?
does, yeah.
Harbinger.
The Harbinger.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah. Bringer of death. And then this one's yet to materialise. So you can see here your buds. So that one's cracked, look. And this one hasn't. So you've got like, they are quite phallic. So you've got it there, and then that will just crack open like that, and then your leaf will start coming out.
Wow.
From there. And then as you can see, it sort of curls round. So can you see where you can get alien from? But yeah. So this is supposed to be, we're supposed to be harvesting from this lot
Yeah.
now, and we're not. So it's going to be a late season for us. So we need to have all your customers eating rhubarb later on.
They all love it.
So these are babbers.
Oh.
So what are these ones?
Crowns? Or will they become crowns?
No, they are crowns.
Are they
'cause
just
they're
little
potted
ones?
and they're in the ground. So, well, not in the ground, they're in a pot.
Yeah.
But it's still a crown. So,
That's Harbinger.
so this is
isn't it?
Harbinger. Yeah. We've got Albert here. So Albert's a later variety. But we don't use Albert for forcing. This is Fenton. Fenton!
Benton! Oh, Jesus Christ! Benton!
To say it earlier, I was like, I'll keep you out.
This is Arrow, Stockbridge Arrow.
Is it your stock? Is it your stock? Because you're from
No, I'm
Stocksbridge.
Stocksbridge.
It's not
Yeah.
the same, is
It
it?
is Stocksbridge.
Is it?
Ah.
Yeah, Stocksbridge Arrow.
From Stocksbridge in Sheffield.
Stockbridge. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It might be some correlation.
And then this is Timperley. Not any Vicky. Just got Albert. No, Vicky must have flogged all of them.
She's obviously more demand.
Yeah, obviously well.
Albert's not as good.
So we can do pots of these for you as well if you want
Yeah.
to
That's
have
Heather.
some.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you've got like a little plant.
I prepared earlier.
So that's my jamming stuff. So that's what we'd have as second. So they're just basically thinner and skinnier.
Yeah.
But they're quite good for cake making and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
if you're doing things because you want a thinner one to go on the tops rather than a thick one. And then these are fat pigeon.
Oh wow.
So there's not much other than the thickness of it, and obviously sometimes there's marks on, and we don't spend as much time cleaning it up
Yeah.
as what we do with the first, because you don't want to mark your rhubarb, so if it's got marks on then it don't go into the first. Well, the odd one or two might get past you, but most of the time it's sort of perfect ones in the first. But those ones are ones that we can do for jamming when we start getting more.
Okay, so we have just got back from Whiteley's farm. We're back at the farm shop. We're going to take a look at where our rhubarb ends up. So we're over near the veg stall of the farm shop, and this is where you can find our Yorkshire Forced Rhubarb. We do actually use the Yorkshire Forced Rhubarb for our fantastic, ridiculously rhubarb jam as well. We're going to get a close up on this one, Janet. So we make all that over in Copleys' kitchen, and we're going to be at the Wakefield Rhubarb Festival this Friday. So me and Heather are going to be doing a food demo in the WX building at 12 o'clock on Friday, and then the rest of the team are going to be there from Friday through till Sunday as well in our Farmer Copleys stall. So come and give us a visit. You can buy all our wonderful rhubarb products there. And yeah, let's just celebrate the wonderful thing of Yorkshire Forced Rhubarb.